You are a masterpiece. Right now, in this very moment, you are a work of art, a divine creation with unlimited potential. But here's the thing. Do you see yourself that way? Do you walk through life as if you're the most precious, valuable, in-demand person on this planet? Because you should. You absolutely should. Let's talk about something powerful today. Let's talk about acting as if you're in demand, even when no one seems to notice you. This isn't about pretending or faking it. It's about recognizing your inherent worth and living from that place of knowing. Think about it. How often do we dim our light because we're afraid of outshining others? How many times have we shrunk ourselves to fit into spaces that were never meant for us? It's time to stop. It's time to expand, to grow, to become all that we were meant. You see, when you act as if you're in demand, you're not fooling anyone. You're simply aligning yourself with the truth of who you are. You're a child of the universe, born with a purpose, equipped with unique gifts that only you can offer to the world. Why wouldn't you be in demand? But I get it. I understand that sometimes life can make us feel small, insignificant, overlooked. We've all been there. We've all had moments where we felt invisible, where our efforts seemed to go unnoticed, where our dreams felt out of reach. But those moments don't define us. They're just temporary experiences in the grand journey of our lives. What defines us is how we choose to see ourselves, how we choose to carry ourselves. Regardless of external validation or recognition, it's about maintaining an unwavering belief in our own worth, even when the world seems blind to it. Now, let me be clear. This isn't about ego or arrogance. It's not about thinking you're better than anyone else. It's about recognizing that you are equally valuable, equally worthy, equally deserving as every other soul on this planet. It's about honoring the divine spark within you. When you begin to act as if you're in demand, something magical happens. The world starts to respond differently to you. People begin to sense your confidence, your self-assurance. They're drawn to the energy you exude. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach suddenly appear within your grasp. But here's the key. You don't do it for those external changes. You do it because it's the truth of who you are. You do it because you deserve to live in alignment with your highest self. You do it because anything less would be a disservice to the incredible being that you are. So how do we do this? How do we shift our mindset and our actions to align with this truth? It starts with self-talk. Pay attention to the words you use when you speak to yourself. Are they kind? Are they empowering? Or are they critical and belittling? Your words have power. They shape your reality. Choose them wisely. Start each day by affirming your worth. Look in the mirror and say, I am valuable. I am worthy. I am in demand. Say it until you believe it. Say it until it becomes as natural as breathing, because it is the truth, whether you believe it right now or not. Next, carry yourself with confidence. Stand tall. Make eye contact. Smile. These simple physical actions send a powerful message, not just to others, but to your own subconscious mind. They reinforce the belief that you are someone of value, someone worth noticing. Dress in a way that makes you feel good about yourself. This isn't about following trends or trying to impress others. It's about honoring yourself, about presenting yourself to the world in a way that reflects your inner worth. When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you radiate confidence. Speak up. Share your ideas. Don't wait for someone to ask for your opinion. Offer it freely, respectfully, but confidently. Your thoughts and ideas have value. The world needs to hear them. Don't rob us of your unique perspective by staying. Take up space, not just physically, but energetically. Allow yourself to be fully present in each moment. Don't shrink back or try to make yourself small. You have every right to be here, to be seen, to be heard. Claim your space in this world. Pursue your passions without apology. Don't wait for permission to follow your dreams. Don't wait for someone to validate your interests. If something lights you up, if it brings you joy, pursue it with all your enthusiasm is magnetic. It draws people and opportunities to you. Set boundaries. Know your worth and don't allow others to treat you as if you're less valuable than you are. It's okay to say no. It's okay to walk away from situations or relationships that don't honor your worth. In fact, it's not just okay, it's necessary. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Too often, we brush off our accomplishments, downplaying our successes. Stop that. Acknowledge your wins. Be proud of your progress. Every step forward is worth celebrating. But here's where it gets really powerful. Celebrate the achievements of others too. When you act as if you're in demand, you don't see others as competition. You see them as fellow travelers on this journey of life. Their success doesn't diminish your own. In fact, celebrating others only amplifies your own light. Remember, abundance is not a zero-sum game. There's enough success, enough recognition, enough love to go around. When you truly believe in your own worth, you don't feel threatened by the success of others. Instead, you're inspired by it. You see it as proof that great things are possible for you too. Now let's talk about failure, because it's going to happen. You're going to face setbacks. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have days where nothing seems to go right. But here's the thing. When you act as if you're in demand, you don't let these moments define you. Instead, you see failures as feedback. You see setbacks as setups for comebacks. You understand that every no is bringing you one step closer to a yes. You know that rejection is not a reflection of your worth, but simply a redirection to something better. When you act as if you're in demand, you become resilient. You bounce back quicker from disappointments. You don't wallow in self-pity or doubt. You pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. Because you know that your worth isn't determined by external circumstances, that it's an unchangeable truth of who you are. Let's talk about comparison for a moment. In this age of social media, it's so easy to fall into the trap of comparing our lives to others. We see carefully curated highlight reels and think that's the whole story. But when you act as if you're in demand, you don't get caught up in these comparisons. You understand that your journey is unique. Your path is your own. You're not here to live someone else's life or to meet someone else's expectations. You're here to be fully, authentically you. And that's more than... When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free up so much mental and emotional energy that you can then invest in your own growth, your own dreams, your own path. You start to measure your progress against your own standards, not anyone else's. Now let's address something important. Acting as if you're in demand doesn't mean you never ask for help. It doesn't mean you pretend to have all the answers or that you never show vulnerability. In fact, it's quite the opposite. When you truly believe in your own worth, you're not afraid to admit when you don't know something. You're not afraid to ask for help when you need it. You understand that seeking knowledge, seeking support is a sign of strength, not weakness. You see, confident people, people who know their worth, are always learning, always growing. They're curious. They ask questions. They seek out mentors. They understand that there's always more to learn, always room for improvement. So don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know, but I'd like to learn. This vulnerability, this willingness to grow makes you even more valuable, even more in demand. Let's talk about gratitude for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you cultivate a deep sense of gratitude for all that you are and all that you have. You don't take your gifts for granted. You don't overlook the blessings in your life. Start each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big things or small things. The point is to train your mind to focus on abundance rather than lack. When you're grateful, you attract more things to be grateful for. It's a beautiful cycle. And here's something powerful. Be grateful for yourself. Be grateful for your body that carries you through each day. Be grateful for your mind that allows you to learn and grow. Be grateful for your heart that allows you to love and be loved. Be grateful for the unique combination of traits and experiences that make you who you are. When you're truly grateful for yourself, you naturally begin to act as if you're in demand because you realize what a gift you are to the world. Now let's talk about service. When you act as if you're in demand, you understand that you have something valuable to offer the world. You look for ways to serve, to contribute, to make a difference, not because you're seeking recognition, but because you know that's why you're here. Look for ways to use your unique gifts to help others. It could be something big like starting a nonprofit or something small like offering a kind word to a stranger. The size of the act doesn't matter. What matters is that you're putting your energy into making the world a little bit better. When you serve others from this place of knowing your worth, it's not draining. It's energizing. It's fulfilling. It gives your life purpose and meaning. And ironically, the more you give of yourself, the more in demand you become. People are drawn to those who are making a positive impact in the world. Let's talk about time for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you value your time. You understand that time is your most precious resource. and you use it wisely. This doesn't mean you're always busy. It means you're intentional about how you spend your time. You don't waste time on activities or relationships that don't align with your values or your goals. You're not afraid to say no to things that don't serve you. You prioritize self-care because you understand that taking care of yourself is crucial to being able to show up fully in the world. When you value your time, others will value it too. They'll respect your boundaries. They'll appreciate the time you choose to spend with them. And this reinforces the belief that you are indeed in demand. Now let's address something important. Acting as if you're in demand doesn't mean you never feel doubt or insecurity. We're human. These feelings will come up. The difference is in how you handle them. When doubt creeps in, when you feel overlooked or undervalued, don't push these feelings away. Acknowledge them. Sit with them for a moment. But then gently remind yourself of your worth. Remind yourself that these feelings are just temporary visitors. They don't define you. Use these moments as opportunities to reaffirm your value. Use them as reminders to be kinder to yourself, to speak to yourself with more love and compassion. Because the truth is, the more you value yourself, the less these moments of doubt will affect. Let's talk about your environment for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you create an environment that reflects your worth. This means surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, who believe in you, who challenge you to grow. Take a look at your circle of friends. Are they supportive of your dreams? Do they celebrate your successes? Do they encourage you to be the best version of yourself? If not, it might be time to reevaluate some relationships. This doesn't mean cutting people out of your life. It means being intentional about who you spend most of your time with. It means seeking out relationships that are mutually beneficial, where both parties lift each other up. The same goes for your physical environment. Create a space that makes you feel valued, that inspires you, that energizes you. Whether it's your home or your workspace, make it a place that reflects your worth. Now let's talk about your work. When you act as if you're in demand, you bring your best self to everything you do. Whether you're the CEO of a company or working an entry-level job, you show up fully. You do your best work, not because you're seeking approval or recognition, but because that's who you are. You don't wait for someone to notice your efforts. You take initiative, you look for ways to add value, you go above and beyond, not to impress others, but because you know that's what you're capable of. And here's the beautiful thing. When you consistently bring your best self to your work, people do notice. Opportunities do open up. But even if they don't, you can go to sleep each night knowing you gave it your all. And that in itself is success. Let's talk about your dreams for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you don't shy away from your big dreams. You don't downplay your ambitions. You own them. You pursue them with passion and determination. Too often, we let fear hold us back. We worry about what others might think. We worry about failing. But when you truly believe in your worth, you understand that your dreams are valid. They're important. They're worth pursuing. So dream big. Set audacious goals. And then take action towards them every single day, even if it's just a small step. Because when you act as if you're in demand, you understand that you have the power to create the life you want. Now let's address something important. Acting as if you're in demand doesn't mean you never feel fear. Fear is a natural part of growth, of stepping out of your comfort zone. The difference is in how you respond to that fear. When you act as if you're in demand, you don't let fear paralyze you. You feel the fear and you move forward anyway. You understand that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. Use your fear as a compass. Often, the things we're most afraid of are the things that will lead to our greatest growth. So when you feel fear, ask yourself, what's on the other side of this fear? What growth opportunity is waiting for me here? Let's talk about your voice for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you use your voice. You speak your truth. You share your ideas. You stand up for what you believe in. This doesn't mean you're loud or aggressive. It means you're authentic. You're not afraid to express your thoughts and feelings, even if they're different from those around you. You understand that your perspective is valuable, that your voice deserves to be heard. And here's something powerful. When you use your voice, you give others permission to use theirs. You create a ripple effect of authenticity and courage. Never underestimate the impact your voice can have. Now let's talk about love. When you act as if you're in demand, you open yourself up to love, not just romantic love, but love in all its forms. Love for yourself, love for others, love for life itself. You understand that you are worthy of love just as you are. You don't need to change yourself to be lovable. You don't need to earn love. You are inherently deserving of love and respect. And from this place of self-love, you're able to give love more freely. You're able to form deeper, more authentic connections with others. Because when you truly value yourself, you're not afraid of vulnerability. You're not afraid of getting hurt. You understand that the risk is worth the potential for deep, meaningful connection. Let's talk about your past for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you don't let your past define you. You understand that your past experiences have shaped you, but they don't determine your future. You learn from your past. You grow from it, but you don't dwell on it. You don't let past failures or disappointments hold you back. You understand that every day is a new opportunity to redefine yourself, to step into your power, to act in alignment with your worth. And if there are parts of your past that still hurt, that still hold power over you, give yourself permission to heal. Seek help if you need it. Because when you act as if you're in demand, you understand that taking care of your emotional well-being is crucial. Now let's talk about your future. When you act as if you're in demand, you approach your future with excitement and optimism. You understand that the future is full of possibilities and that you have the power to shape it. You don't wait for things to happen to you. You make things happen. You set goals, you make plans, you take action, but at the same time, you remain flexible. You understand that life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and you're ready to adapt when necessary. You approach challenges as opportunities for growth. You see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as chances to prove your resilience, to showcase your problem-solving skills. Because when you act as if you're in demand, you know that you're capable of handling whatever life throws your way. Let's talk about success for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you redefine what success means to you. You don't measure your success by society's standards or anyone else's expectations. You define success on your own terms. Maybe for you, success is financial abundance. Maybe it's making a difference in your community. Maybe it's having a loving family or traveling the world or mastering a skill you're passionate about. Whatever it is, own it. Pursue it unapologetically. And here's the beautiful thing. When you're clear about what success means to you, you stop chasing other people's versions of success. You stop trying to fit into a mold that was never meant for you. You start living a life that's truly authentic to who you are. Now let's talk about failure. When you act as if you're in demand, you change your relationship with failure. You stop seeing failure as something to be feared or avoided at all costs. Instead, you see it as a necessary part of growth. You understand that every successful person has faced failure. In fact, they've often faced more failure than those who never try. The difference is in how they respond to it. They don't let failure define them. They use it as fuel to push forward, to try again, to do better. So embrace failure. Learn from it. Grow from it. And most importantly, don't let the fear of failure hold you back from pursuing your dreams. Because when you act as if you're in demand, you know that you're resilient enough to handle any setback. Let's talk about your unique gifts for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you fully embrace your uniqueness. You stop trying to be like everyone else and start celebrating what makes you different. Maybe you have a quirky sense of humor. Maybe you have an unusual perspective on life. Maybe you have a talent that doesn't fit into conventional categories. Whatever it is that makes you unique, lean into it, because that's where your true power lies. The world doesn't need another copy of someone else. The world needs you, the authentic, unfiltered, beautifully unique you. When you fully embrace your uniqueness, you become magnetic. People are drawn to those who are unapologetically themselves. Now let's talk about your energy. When you act as if you're in demand, you become very intentional about your energy. You understand that your energy is contagious, that it affects not only you, but everyone around you. So you choose to cultivate positive energy. You focus on thoughts and activities that uplift you. You surround yourself with people and environments that energize, and when negative energy creeps in, because it will. We're human after all. You acknowledge it, process it, and then consciously shift back to a more positive state. This doesn't mean you're always happy or that you ignore difficult emotions. It means you don't let those difficult emotions control you. You feel them, you learn from them, but you don't dwell in them. You choose to return to a state of positive expectancy, of optimism, of belief in yourself and your path. Let's talk about your habits for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you develop habits that support your growth and success. You understand that it's not the big dramatic actions that shape your life, but the small, consistent habits you practice every day. So you develop habits of self-care, eating well, exercising, getting enough sleep. You develop habits of personal growth, reading, learning new skills, seeking out new experiences. You develop habits of productivity, planning your day, prioritizing your tasks, managing your time effectively. These habits might seem small, even insignificant in the moment, but over time, they compound. They shape you into the person you want to become. They create the life you want to live. Now let's talk about leadership. When you act as if you're in demand, you naturally step into a leadership role in your own life. You take responsibility for your choices, your actions, your results. You don't blame others or make excuses. You own your life fully and completely. And as you do this, something interesting happens. People start looking to you for guidance. They're drawn to your confidence, your clarity, your sense of purpose. Without even trying, you become a leader in your sphere of influence. This doesn't mean you have to be in a formal leadership position. It means you lead by example. You inspire others through your actions, your attitude, your approach to life. You show others what's possible when you fully step into your power. Let's talk about your impact for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you become very conscious of the impact you're having on the world around you. You understand that everything you do, every interaction you have, creates ripples that extend far beyond what you can see. So you become intentional about making those ripples positive ones. You look for ways to lift others up. You seek to add value in every situation. You strive to leave people and places better than you found them. And here's the beautiful thing. So as you focus on making a positive impact, you naturally become more in demand. People are drawn to those who make them feel good, who inspire them, who add value to their lives. Now, let's talk about your potential. When you act as if you're in demand, you tap into your limitless potential. You understand that what you've achieved so far is just the tip of the iceberg. You know that you're capable of so much more. So you push yourself. You step out of your comfort zone. You take on challenges that scare you a lot because you know that's where growth happens. That's where you discover what you're truly capable of. And as you do this, you inspire others to do the same. You show them what's possible when you believe in yourself, when you're willing to take risks, when you're committed to becoming the best version of yourself. Let's talk about your legacy for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you start thinking about the legacy you want to leave. You ask yourself, how do I want to be remembered? What mark do I want to leave on the world? This isn't about ego or wanting to be famous. It's about recognizing that your life has meaning, that you have the power to make a difference. It's about living in a way that aligns with your values, that contributes to something larger than yourself. Maybe your legacy will be the lives you've touched through your work. Maybe it will be the art you've created. Maybe it will be the family you've nurtured. Whatever it is, make it intentional. Live each day in a way that contributes to the legacy you want to leave. Now let's talk about gratitude again, because it's so important. When you act as if you're in demand, you cultivate a deep sense of gratitude for all that you are and all that you have. You don't take your blessings for granted. You don't overlook the good in your life. Start and end each day with gratitude. Be grateful for your abilities, your opportunities, your relationships. Be grateful for the challenges that have made you stronger, the failures that have taught you valuable lessons, the successes that have boosted your confidence. And most importantly, be grateful for yourself. Be grateful for your resilience, your creativity, your capacity for growth. Be grateful for the unique combination of traits and experiences that make you who you are. Let's talk about your mindset for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you cultivate a growth mindset. You believe that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. You see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, not as threats to your self-worth. This mindset is incredibly powerful. It allows you to bounce back from setbacks more quickly. It motivates you to put in the effort to improve. It helps you see criticism as feedback for growth rather than personal attacks. Cultivate this mindset in all areas of your life. Approach each day, each task, each interaction with the belief that you can learn, grow, and improve. Because when you believe in your ability to grow, you open yourself up to endless possibilities. Now, let's talk about your relationships. When you act as if you're in demand, you approach your relationships from a place of abundance, not scarcity. You don't cling to people out of fear of being alone. You don't compromise your values or your self-respect to keep someone in your life. Instead, you cultivate relationships that are mutually beneficial. You seek out connections with people who inspire you, who challenge you to grow, who support your dreams, and you strive to be that kind of person for others as well. You're not afraid to let go of relationships that no longer serve you. You understand that sometimes letting go creates space for something better to come into your life. You trust that the right people will be drawn to you when you're fully authentically yourself. Let's talk about your self-talk for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you become very conscious of how you speak to yourself. You understand that your internal dialogue shapes your reality, that the words you use to describe yourself and your experiences have power. So you choose your words carefully. You speak to yourself with kindness, with encouragement, with compassion. When you make a mistake, you don't berate yourself. You acknowledge the error, learn from it, and move forward. Practice positive self-talk every day. Affirm your worth, your abilities, your potential. Encourage yourself the way you would encourage a dear friend, because the relationship you have with yourself is the most important relationship you'll ever have. Now let's talk about your dreams again. When you act as if you're in demand, you give yourself permission to dream big. You don't limit yourself based on your current circumstances or what others think is possible for you. Allow yourself to imagine the life you truly want. Don't hold back. Don't worry about being practical or realistic. Dream as big and as bold as you can, because those dreams, those visions of what's possible, are the first step to creating the life you want. And once you've allowed yourself to dream, take action. Break those big dreams down into smaller, manageable steps, and then start taking those steps one by one. Because when you act as if you're in demand, you understand that you have the power to turn your dreams into reality. Let's talk about your fears again for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you develop a new relationship with fear. You understand that fear is a natural part of growth, of stepping into new territory. But you don't let that fear control you or hold you back. Instead, you use fear as a compass. When you feel fear, you ask yourself, what's on the other side of this fear? What growth opportunity is waiting for me here? You understand that often the things we're most afraid of are the things that will lead to our greatest. So feel the fear, acknowledge it, but don't let it stop you. Take action despite the fear. Because every time you do, you grow stronger. You prove to yourself that you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. Now let's talk about your purpose. When you act as if you're in demand, you connect with your sense of purpose. You understand that you're here for a reason, that you have unique gifts to offer the world. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing, although it might be. It might be as simple as bringing more kindness into the world, or creating beauty through your art, or being a loving parent. Whatever it is, embrace it fully when you're connected to your purpose. That you approach each day with a sense of meaning and direction. And you understand that your actions, no matter how small they might seem, are contributing to something larger than yourself. Let's talk about your resilience for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you develop incredible resilience. You understand that life will throw challenges your way, that you'll face setbacks and disappointments. But you don't let these things break you. Instead, you use them as opportunities to grow stronger. You develop the ability to bounce back from adversity, to adapt to change, to keep moving forward even when things get tough. This resilience becomes one of your greatest assets. It allows you to take risks, to pursue your dreams, to keep going when others might give up, because you know that no matter what happens, you have the strength to handle it. Now let's talk about your growth. When you act as if you're in demand, you become committed to continuous growth and learning. You understand that there's always more to learn, always ways to improve, always new heights to reach. So you seek out opportunities for growth. You read books, take courses, seek out mentors. You step out of your comfort zone and try new things. You're not afraid to be a beginner, to make mistakes, to look foolish as you learn. And as you grow, you inspire others to grow too. You become a beacon of possibility, showing others what can be achieved through dedication and continuous improvement. Let's talk about your choices for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you become very conscious of the choices you make. You understand that your life is the sum of your choices, that every decision you make is shaping your future. So you make your choices carefully and intentionally. You align your decisions with your values, your goals, your vision for your life. You don't let fear or other people's opinions dictate your choices. You trust yourself to make the right decisions for you. And when you make a choice that doesn't work out as you hoped, you don't beat yourself up. You see it as a learning experience, an opportunity to make a better choice next time. Now, let's talk about your influence. When you act as if you're in demand, you become aware of the influence you have on others. You understand that your words, your actions, your energy affect those around you. So you use your influence wisely and positively. You lift others up. You encourage them to believe in themselves, to pursue their dreams, to become the best versions of themselves. You lead by example, showing others what's possible when you fully step in. And as you do this, your influence grows. People are naturally drawn to those who inspire them, who make them feel good about themselves, who challenge them to grow. Let's talk about your authenticity for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you embrace your authenticity fully. You don't try to be someone you're not. You don't pretend to like things you don't like or believe things you don't believe just to fit in or be accepted. Instead, you show up as your true self with all your quirks and imperfections. You speak your truth even when it's not popular. You stand for what you believe in even when it's difficult. And here's the beautiful thing. When you're authentic, you attract the right people and opportunities into your life. People who appreciate you for who you truly are. Opportunities that align with your authentic self. Now let's talk about your journey. When you act as if you're in demand, you embrace the journey of life fully. You understand that life isn't about reaching a destination, it's about the experiences you have along the way. So you learn to enjoy the process. You find joy in the small moments. You appreciate the lessons and the challenges. You celebrate your progress no matter how small it might seem. And most importantly, you stay present. You don't spend all your time worrying about the future or regretting the past. You live fully in each moment, making the most of the here and now. Let's talk about your power for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you step into your personal power. You understand that you have the power to shape your life, to create your reality, to make a difference in the world. This isn't about power over others. It's about power within yourself. It's about taking responsibility for your life, your choices, your actions. It's about recognizing that you're not a victim of circumstances, but a creator of your own destiny. And as you step into your power, you inspire others to do the same. You show them what's possible when you take ownership of your life, when you believe in yourself, when you act from a place of confidence and self-assurance. Now let's talk about your vision. When you act as if you're in demand, you develop a clear vision for your life. You know what you want, where you're going, what you're working towards. This vision guides your decisions, motivates your actions, keeps you focused when things get tough. It's like a North Star, always there to guide you back to your path when you feel lost or confused. And here's the powerful thing. When you have a clear vision and act in alignment with it, the universe seems to conspire to help you. Opportunities appear. The right people come into your life. Things fall into place in ways you couldn't have imagined. Let's talk about your attitude for a moment. When you act as if you're in demand, you cultivate a positive attitude. This doesn't mean you're always happy or that you ignore life's challenges. It means you choose to approach life with optimism, with hope, with a belief that things will work out. This attitude becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And you expect good things. You're more likely to notice opportunities. When you believe in your ability to handle challenges, you're more likely to find solutions. When you approach people with warmth and positivity, they're more likely to respond in kind. Your attitude is contagious. It affects not only you, but everyone around you. So choose an attitude that uplifts you and inspires others. Now, as we come to the end of our time together, I want to leave you with this thought. You are already in demand. You are already valuable, worthy, deserving of all good things. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. You don't need anyone's permission to shine your light brightly. So go forth and act as if you're in demand. Not because you need to convince anyone else, but because it's the truth of who you are. Embrace your worth, step into your power, live your purpose. Remember, every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. You can choose to shrink, to play small, to let the world dictate your value, or you can choose to stand tall, to shine brightly, to act as if you're the most valuable person in the world, because you are. Choose to see yourself through eyes of love and appreciation. Choose to treat yourself with kindness and respect. Choose to honor your dreams and pursue them with passion. Choose to use your unique gifts to make a difference in the world. As you do this, watch how the world responds. Watch how opportunities open up. Watch how people are drawn to your energy, your confidence, your authenticity. Watch how your life transforms. But even if the external changes don't happen immediately, keep going. Keep believing in yourself. Keep acting as if you're in demand. Because the most important change happens within you. The most important person to convince of your worth is yourself. And as you fully step into this truth, as you fully embrace your inherent value, you give others permission to do the same. You become a living example of what's possible when we believe in ourselves, when we honor our worth, when we act as if we're in demand. Imagine a world where everyone acted this way. Imagine a world where everyone recognized their own value and the value of those around them. Imagine how much kindness, how much creativity, how much positive change we could create. You have the power to start that change. Right here, right now. It starts with how you treat yourself. It starts with how you carry yourself. It starts with the energy you put out into the world. So stand tall. Speak your truth. Pursue your dreams. Make your unique mark on the world because you are valuable, you are worthy, you are in demand. The world needs what only you can offer. Your unique perspective, your special talents, your one-of-a-kind combination of experiences and insights. Don't deprive the world of your gifts. Don't rob us of the contribution that only you can make. Act as if you're in demand and watch how the universe responds. Act as if you're valuable and notice how it changes the way you move through the world. Act as if you're worthy of all good things and see how it transforms your life. Remember, this isn't about pretending or faking it. This is about aligning yourself with the truth of who you are. This is about peeling away the layers of doubt and fear and insecurity to reveal the shining, brilliant, in-demand person you've always been. Every time you doubt yourself, every time you feel overlooked or undervalued, pause. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself of your worth. Remind yourself that you're in demand simply because you exist, simply because you are you. And then act from that place. Speak from that place. Live from that place. Let it infuse everything you do, from the biggest life decisions to the smallest daily interactions. When you walk into a room, walk in as if you belong there. When you share your ideas, share them as if they're valuable. Because they are. When you pursue your dreams, pursue them as if success is inevitable, because when you fully believe in yourself, it is. Don't wait for someone else to recognize your worth. Don't wait for external validation or approval. You are the one who gets to decide your value. You are the one who gets to define your worth. So decide right now that you are valuable beyond measure. Decide right now that you are worthy of all good things. Decide right now that you are in demand. And then live from that decision. Let it guide your actions, your words, your thoughts. Let it shape the way you treat yourself and the way you interact with the world. As you do this, you'll find that life becomes more joyful, more fulfilling. You'll find that challenges become opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to fear. You'll find that relationships become richer, more authentic. You'll find that you're no longer waiting for life to happen to you. Instead, you're actively creating the life you want. You're no longer a passive observer, but the star of your own life story. And yes, there will still be difficult days. There will still be moments of doubt, of fear, of insecurity. But when those moments come, you'll have a solid foundation of self-worth to stand on. You'll have the inner strength to weather any storm, because when you truly believe in your worth, when you act as if you're in demand, you become unstoppable. No challenge is too big, no dream is too audacious. You know that you have what it takes to create the life you desire. So go forth with confidence. Go forth with courage. Go forth knowing that you are valuable, you are worthy, you are in demand. The world is waiting for you. The world needs you. The world is better because you're in it. Act as if you're in demand and watch how your life transforms. Act as if you're in demand and see how you can transform the world. You are valuable. You are worthy. You are in demand. Now and always, never forget that truth. Live it, breathe it, be it. The world is waiting for the unique magic that only you can bring. So shine your light brightly, without apology, without hesitation. You are in demand. Now go out there and show the world just how amazing you truly are.